Friends, welcome to my channel Plants and Birds. Friends, in last series of poultry farming, we have discussed about the basics of poultry farming. In this video, we are going to discuss about the basics of the first basic concept, that is egg formation. By its basic concept in this video, that is in part 1, we will discuss of the basics of egg formation process. Firstly, introduction of egg. What is meant by chicken egg? A semi-solid nutritional mass enclosed in a hard calcareous, means calcium coated shell produced by female of bird is called as egg. See here, calcium is coated by in which calcium is coated in outer layer shell, in which semi-solid nutritional mass is enclosed. Semi-solid nutritional mass is enclosed. And next, chicken egg contains 8,000 to 10,000 pores in shell. That means, what is a shell formed by the calcareous shell that contains a invisible 800 to 10,000 pores in shell. That is, we can't visible with our naked eye. They will contain 8,000 to 10,000 pores. For supply of oxygen to the embryo. And next, hen requires 2 to 2.5 grams of calcium for normal eggshell formation per day. This is important to be noted under the chicken egg introduction. Next, continuation. Bird lays eggs in clutches, means it will lay 10 to 15 eggs in a line. That means within 15 days it will lay 15 eggs and then stops. This again it will start again lays 15 eggs. This formation of this laying of eggs in clutches means on in a group form is called as clutches. Egg laid on successive days are called as clutch. That means today morning if a hen laid egg, tomorrow morning it will lay next egg. This is known as clutch. One clutch. It will lay in a clutches. That is, some will lay 15 clutches, means 15 eggs. And some will lay 20. This what layer leghorn will lay 25 per month. Like that. Clutch size in an individual characteristics is an individual characteristics. As I told, some breeds this egg laying breeds like leghorn will clutches is more, will lay 20 eggs, 20 to 25 eggs. But roast, what is this? This asil breed birds will lay only 10 to 15. As I told, that Tamil Nadu breed, that is what parrot beak long tail breed, it will only lay less than 10 eggs per month. Clutches is very less, but their cost is more. Cost of the egg is more, so that it will be covered. However, the normal clutch size is from 3 to 8 eggs. Normally 3 to 8 eggs clutch size. In normal, what we grow in our houses, their clutch size is 3 to 8 eggs. But from nowadays, this boilers came to the egg layers came to the ruling. It will laying 25 eggs per month, nearly 20 to 25 eggs. The larger the clutches, good layers it will tell. So that they are choosing that leghorn breed. Small clutches indicates the inferior layer. Small clutches means inferior layer. Next, ovulation usually occurs in the morning and almost never after 3 p.m. This is very, very important. When the egg is released from the ovary is important here. It will occurs in the morning time, not never after 3 p.m. That is afternoon. After 3 p.m. it will not never release the ovule. Ovulation will not take place. Ovulation usually occurs in the morning, almost never after 3 p.m. This is very important to be noted. Ovulation of the yolk for the next egg in the clutch occurs within an hour of laying the previous egg. That means if egg is laid on morning 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock, it take that. Okay. Normally a naturally grown hen will lay egg from 7 to 10 o'clock before. If it laid egg in 8 o'clock, you think, then after laid egg before 9 o'clock, next ovulation will take place. That is, yolk will be released inside from the ovary to the oviduct. Okay. Occurs within an hour of laying the previous egg. Okay. And so that each day the hen gets later and later in her time. That means so that each day the hen gets later and later in her time. See, ovulation of the yolk for the next egg in the clutch occurs within an hour of layering of the precious egg. So that today, if in day 1, if it laid egg in 7 o'clock, next egg will be released here is before 8 o'clock, means 7:30 or 7:45 will take that. Next day egg will be late because 24 hours of journey it will take. And when it reaches here, then it will lay egg in 7:45. And next egg will release at 8:30 or like that. And it will lay next day 8:30 time. So that each day the hen gets later and later in her timing. Okay, in first day if it laid again 6 o'clock, next day it will 7 or 6:45, and next day what is that, 7:45 or 8 it will take like. Okay, and in middle of one clutch will be missed, means one egg will not laid on one day the egg will be not laid in full clutch. If you are laying 11 eggs, 15 eggs, it required 16 days. One egg will be missed in the middle of that. Okay, because of this reason, ovulation of the yolk for the next egg in the clutch occurs within an hour of laying the precious egg. So that each day the hen gets later and later in that time. This is very, very important point to be noted. Some will think, today it laid at 6, tomorrow why it not laying, and we do some experiments on it, it will going to die. Okay, it is very dangerous if you do any experiments on it. Next, since hens do not typically ovulate after 3 p.m., that is not ovulation will not release of yolk occurs after 3 p.m. The next ovulation is delayed until at least the next day, and the egg laying is interrupted. As I told, if egg in laying 15 eggs, next egg what is it? It needs 16 days because one egg is interrupted due to. Okay, by coming at one day it will lay egg nearly up to 2 o'clock. Then after 3 p.m. there is no release of egg. 2:30 if we laid egg, then no release of egg occurs. The next day only it will occurs. Then so that day will be interrupted. This delay results in a break between clutches and the cycle repeats itself a day or so later. Okay, this is to be noted in our mind. This is very, very important. How the hens lays the eggs. Next, some will lay double yolked egg. Okay, means egg is larger, length will be larger and size also mean larger in size. Okay, length is more and size also larger. It will contain 2 yolks in one egg only. Okay, this phenomenon can be related to the hen age. Okay, but genetic factors also involved. If this is very, very important to be noted here is double yolked egg. If an hen is giving double yolked egg in every clutch, 2 or 3 eggs, means it is a genetic. Okay, otherwise if hen started first laying, it will not given any double yolked egg in first laying, second laying, third laying, fourth laying, fifth laying, and next after 7 or 6th, 8th laying it started double yolked egg. That is, it is hen age is high, so that giving the ovulation is not correctly occurring, it will releasing two yolks at a time. Okay, that is one. Young hens sometimes release two follicles. Sorry, I am mistaken here. Young hens, okay, sometimes release two follicles from the ovaries quick succession. And so in young hens only double yolk will work. After aging, it will, if it not occur, one second I will explain. See, double yolk egg is a phenomenon that related to hen. That means when hen is what in younger, then it will follicle release will be okay quicker succession it will occur, so that two yolk once and one after one it will be released, so that the egg formation will take on the two yolks, and which leads to release. And if that succession occurring in every every laying, that is first laying it giving 2 or 3 eggs to double or flip, next time it will giving 2 or 3, next laying also it will giving 2 or 3, next up to 3 layings it will giving 2 or 3 eggs, double or eggs. It means it is a what genetic factor is involved in that. If first laying only it will give 2 old eggs, and second laying, third laying it will not giving any double old eggs, that means it is a age related factor, and this must be remembered. And one thing to be remembered here is double old eggs is not suitable for hatching. It is not suitable for hatching at all. Okay, this to be remembered. Okay, someone will think the double yolks are present so that they will be produce 2 chicks but in one egg. That is not correct. It will not produce any chicks. Okay, they are mainly unfertile eggs. They become unfertile, or if it become unfertile also, the process of chick formation will be interrupted in the middle only 2 to 3 days only it occurs, and then it stops and the chicks will be dying. If it's laboratorial, if you can try, there is a possible to in laboratory ways, if you make in laboratory this experiment, there is 50% success rate can be expected. Okay, that is not confirmed. This is about the double yolked eggs. Next, egg structure. See, this is the egg structure, how egg will be structured. First, shell, calcareous, that means it contains calcium mainly. Next, shell membrane will be contained, and next air cell for embryo respiration. Okay, next yolk, germinal disc, vitelline membrane protects the yolk. Okay, albumin, okay, which is a nutrition for the chicken. Okay, over thin, outer thick film will be present. Outer thick film, inner thin, inner thick. Okay, inner thick is called calciferous it will call. Chalaza will be formed. This chalaza will help to keep the yolk in the center of the egg. If chalaza is broken, then the egg is rotten. This is the main thing to be remembered here. Okay, from germinal disc the embryo starts growing when we give correct temperature and relative humidity. If you given suitable temperature and relative humidity to the egg, it will start growing from the germinal disc. Vitelline membrane protects the yolk surface. Okay, if chalaza is broken, vitelline membrane will be affected, so that the yolk will be disrupted. Okay, so that egg will become a rotten. This is about the egg structure, egg formation. Okay, in ovary, yolk will be formed. In oviduct, albumin shell will be formed. This must be remembered. Only first, this is the only basic. Next upcoming videos we will discuss each and every part in a detailed way. how it travels in all this. Firstly, ovary means yolk will be formed there, and when it ruptures and released, the yolk will be released. As I told, morning ovulation occurs in the morning time. That ovulation that what, okay, yolk will be released into the what, that oviduct. That oviduct, okay, in that oviduct albumin will be added to that yolk. Shell membrane will be added, shell will be added. This is about the ovary and oviduct. Reproductive system in N is ovary plus oviduct. This must be remembered. Okay, mature hen have 3600 to 4200 ova. Mature hen have 3600 to 4200 ova will be present in ovary. This must be remembered. Okay, 3600 to 4200. Next, egg formation requires 23 to 26 hours. Okay, this to be remembered. Not 24 hours exactly, 23 to 26 hours based on egg, nutrition taken by the hen. Yolk matured in 10th day. Okay, yolk after formation of yolk in the ovary matured at 10th day. Ovulation takes place 15 to 75 minutes after oviposition. As I told you, 15 to after oviposition means laying of the egg. After that laying of the egg, 15 to 75 after that, after ovulation, that oviposition, that is egg is laid, after that 15 to 75 minutes, in that range, next ovulation takes place. The earlobe color of hen can be indication of eggshell color with some exceptions. That hen will contain some earlobe. Okay, that earlobe color is, if it is red, then the egg will laid by the hen will be red in color. Okay, that is dark brown in color. And if the earlobe is somehow whitish in color, then it will lay white color egg. If it is a dot with red, it will lay dot, okay, brown egg with white dots. Okay, this is about the earlobe color, can also indication for egg color, eggshell color. Okay, nextly, hormones. Okay, egg is forming. By how it is forming means this hormones doing that formation. That is FSH activate ovary and oviduct. Okay, and LH release ova from the ovary, that is ovulation. LH luteinizing hormone helps in ovulation. LH means luteinizing hormone. Okay, FSH means follicle stimulating hormone, that means follicles. Okay, that ova formation can be stimulated by a FSH, activate ovary and oviduct to ready. Okay, and LH luteinizing hormone release ova from the ovary. Ovulation is done by luteinizing hormone LH. Progesterone release LH from pituitary. Progesterone what will do? It will release LH from the pituitary to release ova, to go and release the ova. Next, arginine vasotonin. Arginine vasotonin or vasotocin. Okay, arginine vasotocin will increase uterine contraction during oviposition. In laying, when the egg is ready to lay, then uterine contraction is done by arginine vasotocin. Okay, that is during oviposition, uterine contraction is done by arginine vasotocin. Next, testosterone, comb growth. Okay, testosterone will increase comb growth and albumin formation. Okay, this is very important. Albumin formation is done by testosterone. Comb growth means hen comb will be grown. Comb of the hen will grow, okay, and become reddish in color. This is due to testosterone. To be remembered that before laying of egg, the hen face will very reddish in color due to testosterone, and albumin formation is done by testosterone. This is very, very important. Estrogen, plumage growth, mating and nesting behavior, oviduct development, nutrient supply to ovary and oviduct is done by estrogen. Okay, estrogen plumage growth. Okay, that is growth will be very nice. Bird can be seen very nice look. Okay, it will get very nice look. And mating, okay, mating behavior is given by estrogen. And nesting behavior, that is it will search for nest for where I want to lay egg. That is nesting behavior. It is due to estrogen. And oviduct development, oviduct will be developed. Okay, development of oviduct occurs. Nutrients applied to ovary and oviduct for egg formation is done by estrogen. This is about the hormones involved in egg formation. FSH means follicle stimulating hormone. That means it will stimulate the follicle to release ova in the ovary, and then it will matures in 10 days. Okay, and releases into the oviduct after oviposition, 17 to 15 to 75 minutes. Okay, in that range, luteinizing hormone which will stimulate, okay, rupture of ovary and release of ova. Okay, your GnRH, gonadotropin releasing hormone. Okay, these are not required to your use. This is about the today in this way about this video. This is about the introduction of how egg, what is the egg, and how it is a formation takes place. This is the introduction. In next video we are going to learn okay, how the egg is forming in every minute, how egg is changing its location, and how egg is developing in every minute. We learn in detail. Okay, thank you friends, bye.